Hello, this is Nick Marine, and welcome to Let's Read Japanese, a course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. Alright, so the way this works as always is Alto side is going to be the text I'll be reading. Alright, now usually these are subtitle rips from TV shows, but they could also be digital books. And up above is going to be the audio that is playing. And again, usually these are from the TV shows, but that subs came from, but they could also be the audiobook versions, usually from audible.co.jp. Alright, so what's going to be happening is I'm reading the text as the audio plays. Immediate benefit, I hear our natives pronounce this text. Alright, so as I'm reading along, if I see a sentence that was kind of difficult to read, I can pause the audio and reread to my heart's content and replay the audio if I want to. Cool. But if I come across a word I don't know, let's say like, this word. What I can do is then look up this pop-up dictionary called Yomi-chan. Will then show me the Japanese definition of that word. If I can't figure it out from just reading the Japanese definition, which sometimes can be difficult, scroll down and then see what are the English-Japanese dictionary as well. So that's the benefit of Yomi-chan. You can install a number of dictionaries and organize them based on your preferences. All right. So now the benefit there is I get a much higher comprehension of the show, overall show in general, not just because of the words, but then also you can understand the plot a lot better, which again helps increase the enjoyment value. Finally, now if I complete the show like this, the benefit of reading along the audio, increased comprehension and understanding. But also if I go then rewatch the show normally, without doing all the pausing or looking at words and whatnot, just watch it as it's normally meant to be watched, you'll find that it's a much higher comprehension level of the show than you would have initially if you even if you did it like 2 or 3 rewatches. Because again, most of it is going to be you're going to notice the words that you looked up and remember the parts that you didn't know, prior to you doing this whole let's read process. All right, so with that out of the way, let's introduce stuff. All right, so now this is, if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and a like, and maybe leave a comment, since feedback is always good. If you like the series or like to see more, you can subscribe to the channel. Plan to make a lot more of these, as I did in the past. It's like number 26. I don't know. This is also part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. So the idea of the project, if you like what I'm doing with that project, you'd like to support it, there are links to the Patreon where you can become a patron, as well as there are links to the Let's Learn Japanese website, put together by Otaku Dave, the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord. Finally, there are links in the description to hire me on commission. And the hourly rates are done via Patreon. Usually for commission, it's maybe technical assistance, advice, whatever. But normally it's advice on one-on-one advice on how to get started, especially using a lot of these tools and stuff that can be a little complicated when you're just starting out. So get over that hump, that beginner's hump. All right. With that said, this is Let's Read Japanese, Shinya Shokudo Season 1, Episode 5. So we're about halfway through the first season. And again, as I mentioned, in between, there are 5 seasons of this show, each 10 episodes each. In between each season, I'm going to be doing a different show. Probably shows that are like only one season or whatnot. And again, but I do plan on finishing the entirety of this particular series. And then after that's complete, I might, it's up in the air as to what other stuff I'll be doing. Normally, though, I'm liking the idea of leaning on shows that are available on Japanese Netflix. I like the idea, for one, because there's a number of really good plugins for Chrome or sometimes Firefox, but usually Chrome. There are a number of really good plugins that operate with Netflix, such as the one I'm using now. And again, just allow someone to, if I lean on, let's say, if I do Let's Read of shows that no one can actually have access to, there's some benefit to that, but yeah, I don't know. But there could be a benefit where they can, experience it like this, but then actually go to Netflix and watch a show it's meant to be watched, and basically get what I recommend at the beginning, which is experience it as it's meant to be experienced. Even if you do this Let's Read as your first experience, you definitely want to re-experience as it's meant to be done. Okay, cool. With that, let's get started. Like I said, it was episode 5. I don't know what these episodes are about. I have seen a number of episodes of the entire series. It's kind of random now and again. Both the one original show that ran for 3 seasons and then the 2 seasons on Netflix. Like again, last episode, I didn't realize it was going to be the episode that again involved the adult film industry. Yeah, so again, but it actually ended up being quite a sad story as well. And so again, I don't know what you're going to get, which is kind of funny because again, with this, the whole idea with the diner is that you don't know who's going to walk through the door and what they're going to order and what also they bring, what story they bring with them. So it's it's a really good video, but they're also short. So showing no data. That's not good. What's happening here? Okay, that looks like that's good. All right. We'll assume everything's working. 3 people are watching. All right, let's do it.
One日が終わり。俺の一日はメニューはこれだけ。あとは勝手にできるもんなら作るよってのが。営業時間は人は客が来るかって？それが結構来るんだよ。
Okay. 深夜食堂。And yeah, I'm skipping over the. I don't think. Yeah, they don't have it skippable yet. Let's see what we got.
ああ、そうだ。ユリコ、結婚するんだって。
Who's Yuriko?
中学時代の初恋の人とかで、取引先で中学時代の初恋の人とかで取引先で偶然再会したんだって。
I keep saying. Why am I keep forgetting what that is? Okay.
ちょっと待って。取引先で偶然再会したんだって。ちょっと待って。ユリコいくつだっけ？36。アラフォー。
Araujo. As actually, Araujo was a pretty good drama. I liked it.
ってことは20年ぶりの再会？そうなの。ファンタジー。
それに比べて私たちって
たちって何よ。あんたと一緒にしないでよ。
やっぱさあるのね、運命とか赤い糸とか。あんたが言うと絡まった赤い糸しか思い浮かばないわ。絡まった赤い糸しか思い浮かばないわ。
Karamu? Bound up, entwined in bulb. Karamata.
絡まった赤い糸しか思い浮かばないわ。
絡まっててもあった方がマシでしょう。そうね。
Make sure about that. Moyuka by Nendo. Okay.
そうね。絡ま
った赤い糸しか思い浮かばないわ。
絡まっててもあった方がマシでしょう。そうね。でもよく見るとブチブチに切れてたりして。
Buchi. Let's see. It's not saying that. Buchi ni kirete. Volume.
そうね。でもよく見るとブチブチに切れてたりして。ほっといてよ。
It's okay. Miki, Dumi, Kana.
あ、お久しぶりです。
よ。
Make sure about something.
あ、お久しぶりです。
よ。
Yo.
ほう。
It looks Toyama.
良さげな店じゃない。
Yosagena. Hmm? Yosagena.
良さげな店じゃない。
Yosagena. Michiじゃない。
パリに留学してる頃、金がなくてこういうビストロに入り浸ったな。
I know it's like being submerged, like in the bathtub. Stay long. Being real frequent. Iribita.
金がなくてこういうビストロに入り浸ったな。
Iribita.
じゃあこちらにどうぞ。
あ、そう。
テレ イブで見たことある。
うちは三つ星だの五つ星だのとは縁のない店だ。
じゃあマスター、とりあえずビールで。あと厚揚げあります？
あるよ。
なのに
厚揚げ？OK。
なのに
あるよ。
あと厚揚げあります？
あるよ。
なのにこみっちゃんが俺の大嫌いな料理評論家なんてやつを連れてきちまった。
Food critic, right? 料理論家。料理評論家。
料理評論家なんてやつを連れてきちまった。
うまい。久しぶりに日本で飲むビールはうまいね。ワインに飽きてたからちょうどよかったよ。
いや、お連れしてよかったです。
でも今日のリードボーは食えたもんじゃなかったね。もう少しで吐き出しそうになっちゃって。
そうですか。
ソースの味でごまかしてるだけでちゃんと血抜きができてないんだな。あんな料理を出す店でも流行っちゃうから怖いね。
はいや。Well, it's Haku, but let's see. はいや。Okay.
パリだったらあんな料理を出す店でも流行っちゃうから怖いね。パリだったら即閉店だよ。
そこ閉店、ね、
パリだったら即閉店だよ。ところで君、キャビア好き？
いや、好きも嫌いも。
今度僕の行きつけのレストランでブリヌイ食べさせてあげるよ。
行きつけ。Come on, stop that. Regular, okay. 行きつけ。ブリヌイ。ブリヌイ。
今度僕の行きつけのレストランでブリヌイ食べさせてあげるよ。キャビアを使った料理で一番はあれだからね。その代わりとびっきりのシャンパン頼むぜ。
とびっきり。
その代わりとびっきりのシャンパン頼むぜ。
Kind of a weird laugh.
せっかくのお茶漬けが台無しだっつうの。
Why am I drawing a blanket? God damn it. Should have remembered that. God damn, I feel stupid for that.
せっかくのお茶漬けが台無しだっつうの。
はい、厚揚げお待ち。
Yeah, I'm not a fan of atsage. I don't know why. I don't like the texture on the outside, but the inside texture is good. So.
ほう。
いや、でも先月のピザは
イタリアン？
はい。
あのピッツァは都内でも中の下だよ。
中の下？ OK。都内でも。
あのピッツァは都内でも中の下だよ。
他の客がムッとして 店に嫌なムードが漂い始めた時、
この客がむっとしてむっと急に怒りが Okay, becoming really angry, okay. 僕の客がむっとして嫌なムードだ。
他の客がムッとして店に嫌なムードが漂い始めた時、
いらっしゃい。
毎度。
五郎さんは今や絶滅寸前の流しの歌手さ。
絶滅 destruction? Right before destruction. 絶滅受戦 critical and danger. あ、絶滅受戦流し歌手。OK。
五郎さんは今や絶滅寸前の流しの歌手さ。
Buttered rice. I do like buttered rice. That is a really good flavor.
はい、バターライスと
バターライス
小豚汁。
小豚汁。
いつもありがとう。
ありがとう。Although I like probably more melted into it. So.
ここで30秒ほど蒸らして
Okay.
バターを溶けさせるのが五郎さん流だ。
So I assume that means Goro-san style.
ちょっとだけ。
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 それから醤油をかけ軽くかき混ぜて。
すいません。俺もあれちょうだい。あ、僕も。
あいよ。
どうしようかな。やめなよ。さっきお茶漬け2杯食べたでしょ。
俺は五郎さんから金はもらわない。その代わり1曲だけ歌ってもらうことにしているんだ。
A bowl of rice for a song. I think that's a fair deal.
曲はいつもの。
流し流され40年、この界隈ではなく子も黙る流しの五郎。
界隈。この界隈。Let's see if that's a phrase. Come on. No. この界隈。Probably just an old way of saying world. Cool. Dama. What is that? Damaru.
この界隈ではなく子も黙る流しの五郎を歌います。あ、お食事中の皆様そのままお聞きください。はるばる来たぜ函館。
はるばる来た。はるばる来たぜ。函館。That's a bin store. Let's see. 北海道。函館。函館. So I guess it's just a location. Okay. Near 北海道。函館。函館。
はるばる来たぜ函館。さあかまく波を乗り越えて。
坂巻波。坂巻。ぶつかり合って。激しく。Flood or destruction? Surge or rage. Okay. 坂巻。坂巻波を乗り越えて。
さあかまく波を乗り越えて。 あとは女と言いながら後ろ姿で泣いてたき思い出すたび会いたくてとても我慢ができなかったよ心にしみるじゃあごちそうさん
Okay, light applause. I don't know. I mean, I might be annoyed, or I don't know. It depends on the situation. But again, you appreciate the spirit of the place you walk into. So. But the presentation, just a little bit of sauce on the side, vegetables and whatnot. But yeah, seared on the outside just slightly, then cooked for the
和牛のポワレ赤ワインソースクネル添えでございます。
Wagyu no poare. I don't know. フランス料理で with the okay, very tender butter. Okay, buttered meat and fried saute. Okay, there you go. Sauteed.
和牛のポワレ赤ワインソースクネル添えでございます。
Kuneru. A different one. Kuneru. Yeah, that one there. Which I have no idea what that is. Niku yasuka no suri subushite. What is that? Mashed. Subushite. Okay. Kuneru.
和牛のポワレ赤ワインソースクネル添えでございます。
先生、
素材は悪くない。
はい、当店では A5 ランクの最高級黒毛和牛を毎日仕入れております。
A5 ランク。Kuroge? I don't know, black-haired cattle? I don't know. Let's see if that's a Japanese black. Okay, a breed of cattle. Kuwage. Kuroge. Kuroge what?
では A5 ランクの最高級黒毛和牛を毎日仕入れております。生で食べられるくらい新鮮なお肉ばかりです。
クネルした3種類のペーストとトリュフをアンフィジョンしたベースのソースが溶け先生は
Toryuf. That's truffles? Toryuf? Yeah, truffle. Maybe it's not truffles. Truffles. And that's why you would get the definition here. Like, if you don't know what a truffle is, which I'm kind of don't really know what a truffle is all the way. I mean, I assume it's a mushroom. You think after being over 40, I would know what truffles are more directly, but yeah. I just know they're supposed to be like really expensive mushrooms or something. I could be wrong. Anfuja? Anfuja. トリュフをアンフージョンした。Infusion. Maybe it's infusion.
先生はトリュフをアンフィジョンしたベースのソースが溶け先生はそろそろ疲労のパーティーの方へ。
おう、じゃあ行きましょうか。
はい。
Did he not eat it? Did I miss something?
マスター、昨日ムッとしたでしょ。俺が富山正夫なんて料理評論家連れてきたから。
マソ富山マソ What I like though, I mean, obviously they're giving like in the subtitles how to pronounce the names, which are useful. I just removed all that information outside of the just to make the readability better and also help with the dictionary.
まあな。
俺が富山正雄なんて料理評論家連れてきたから。まあさ、俺が富山正雄なんて料理評論家連れてきたから。
評論家、料理評論家。
まあな。
まあな。
いや俺さ、教えてあげたかったんだ。本当にうまいもんをさ。
バターライス。バターライスなんてさ、バター乗っけるだけなんだから、うちでも作れるでしょうが。
女房が帰国子女でね。
は週に一度、木曜日だけだ。
流しってのは食えるのかい？
どうなのかな。
じゃあこれで。
あいにく釣り線が切れててね。
おう、また来るからお釣りその時でいいよ。ちょっとその先で止めてくれるかな。
ご自宅までまだありますけど。
いいんだ、ちょっと寄っていきたいところがあるから。君そのまま帰っていいよ。
あ、わかりました。
あれから富山さんは木曜になると顔を出すようになった。
チャース。ああ、先生、この間教えていただいた寿司は本当うまかったです。部長も大喜びでした。
いいなあ、行ってみてー。でも自腹じゃ無理か、俺の給料じゃ。
マスター、バターライス。
あいよ。
何します？
評論家の先生は毎週来るけど、五郎さんはぱったり来なくなった。
五郎さん、大丈夫かい？
はい。
ご上長。
無理させちゃって悪いけど、安い仕事数こなさなくちゃこのご時世やっていけないからさ。頼んだよ。
I'm assuming this is an accident that's about to happen. I'll let this part play out. Okay, that's better.
五郎さんがやってきたのは、富山さんがうちに通い始めて3ヶ月後のことだった。
Really?
五郎さん。
長い間世話になったけど、流し引退するよ。
なんかあったのかい？
もうギター弾けないんだ。工場で指やっちまって。今日は世話になった人に挨拶回りだ。
指やっちまってやってしまった。
いきなりだな。
うん。
じゃあ
五郎さん、僕のことを覚えてませんか？律子の弟の正雄です。
律子。
ほら、ギター教えてもらった。
人差し指がここ、で中指がここよ。で薬指がここね。でしっかり押さえてね。
お待たせ。いただきます。はい。
何もなくてごめん。
マサオ、こうするとね、もっと美味しくなるわよ。ちょっとだけ。はい、ちょっとだけ。
本当だ、うまい。
本当だ、うまい。
試した。
そうか。五郎さん、ご家族は？
いや、いません。
姉さんも一人です。
でも律子は？
姉さんは親が決めた許嫁のところに行こうとしたんだけど。
許嫁。
親が決めた許嫁のところに行こうとしたんだけど、思い直して戻ってきたんです。でも思い直して戻ってきたんです。でもその時には五郎さんはもう函館にはいなかった。いろいろあったけど、姉は独り身のままです。今は松風町でカラオケスナックをやってます。きっとまだあなたのことを待っているんだと思います。
でももう遅すぎます。
バターライスの味は変わらないじゃないですか。
マジ。
五郎さん、函館の人って本当にいたんだね。函館の人って本当にいたんだね。
ちょっとだけ。
君が吐いた息を吸ってぽっかりと浮かんでる。ふと昔の
富山さんの話じゃ、あれから五郎さんは函館に帰って姉さんの店を手伝ってるらしい。
何ですかこれ。
いいから食べて。
はい。
五郎さんがいなくなってからバターライスの注文はすっかり減っちまった。でもこの人だけは相変わらずだ。
マスター、 3つ。
はいよ。
先生、これ雑誌のコラムか何かに。
書かないよ。この店は教えたくないんだ。
どうしてですか？
客が増えたら僕が入れなくなっちゃうだろう。
Actually, I'll say it like that's actually true. Like, you'll have restaurants that will purposely like ask not to be featured on TV shows and whatnot because shown on TV show, you're going to see outside that restaurant there's a line of people that just are going to travel just to go to that restaurant because they saw it on TV. That's very common, but that will ruin the mood of a restaurant. Again, especially small ones like that have limited space because it's it's run by one or two people. Although what they present is very good food. Yeah, it's just so yeah. I mean, it's nothing. It's either good or bad. Just the nature of the situation. And again, if you go, I mean, it's easy to see. Like you go to, let's say Yokohama, you go to Chinatown there, and Chukamachi, sorry, and you will see like plenty of restaurants with openings, seats available, serving good food. But everyone's all lined up behind this one restaurant because that was the restaurant that was shown on TV. So that's the one they got to go to. And I'm not a guy who likes waiting in line, especially when there is no need to wait in line for something. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a very good point that he was saying. Now he was saying he's sounding kind of selfish, but I'm also pretty sure the master wouldn't have appreciated being featured as well, because again, then he'd be flooded, and it would kind of run the experience. Like if he's being asked to make one thing as opposed to he wants to make hopefully if he can make it for the customer what the customer wants.
それにこの料理に星はつけられないよ。おかわり。
しかしこんな料理評論家ってありかね。
あいよ。
簡単で極うまのバターライスはご飯の上にバターをのせてちょっと蒸らすだけで出来上がり、バターの風味がたまりません。ちなみにご家庭のバターにはお塩が入っておりますから、お醤油はちょっとでいいんです。塩分取りすぎ注意というよりもバターの風味を殺さないさじ加減ですね。おう、海苔でくるんだり七味唐辛子をかけるのもおつなもの。
七味 7 delicious flavors. Okay. 七味唐辛子七味と唐辛子red pepper 唐辛子七味唐辛子 OK
七味唐辛子をかけるのもおつなもの。あれ、ゴルフさんいたの？夢見てよね、おやすみなさい。
That was pretty good. Yeah, I like how the story starts off in one way, but then you just see it he was just okay. It kind of reflects what was mentioned about this. The three ladies were talking about one lady they knew from junior high all of a sudden met up, or one friend they had met a boy, actually got married to someone that she knew in junior high after 20 years. Okay, then you have here even a much longer distance of time. Yeah, it's kind of a sweet story to hear about and whatnot. I'm still of the opinion though. I mean, time will change who a person is. So the person you knew from 40 years ago, that was the person from 40 years ago, but who they are now so that person plus 40 years, which is a different person, or 20 years or 10 years, and maybe even the experiences in between. So just be aware of that. Don't, you know, if you see someone, remember about the history, you know, and sometimes it's good to, you know, I've actually met people where it's been like a long time talking, and I just go into a conversation just talking to them, and not really worry about what happened in the interim unless, you know, we're just talking about, you know, to catch up. You know, if that's part of the story. If not, you know, just deal with them. Yeah, I guess I've fallen to like I think of them as the same person as I knew them, so you know I'm guilty of that. But you know, it's good to realize that they are a different person, for good or bad. I mean, it's just something to be aware of. And maybe, you know, sometimes, you know, or if a romance or ended, that doesn't mean it will pick up later on as if nothing. Yeah, you know, again, but again, it's also possible, you know, it starts up again. In fact, I've seen a situation where, you know, it's a couple, they kind of remained friends for 20 years, and eventually they did get married. You know, again, because they were going through their own separate relationships and whatnot. But then, you know, they're both around 50 years old or more, older, and then finally they end up getting married to each other. And that was like his second time being married, her first time being married. But yeah, they seem to be a nice couple and whatnot. So again, you never know how that works when it comes to relationships, or love that may have had a early relationship that just didn't go anywhere for whatever reason because you were young. That might be because you were still good personalities, and then you were in better situations, and the relationship could happen, even though it was like a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades later. I think that's kind of interesting. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of cool. Like these last few stories that kind of ended on it. It's not a sad note, just an emotional note. Like that was not necessarily sad, you know, just emotional. You kind of you realize this is a guy who just screams like asshole, but that's his job, being a critic. But he's still a person. He likes to enjoy and he seems to enjoy the simple things in life as well. But he will also enjoy the fine things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it is a good idea to, you know, if you have, you know, like your first experience of wine, let it, if you're gonna have to try wine for the first time, try it at the highest quality. That doesn't mean the most expensive. It's just you know, high quality wine. You know, have a good high quality steak to see what it tastes like when it's made well from, you know, that's not like bargain bin meat. High quality sushi, rice, whatnot. Just know what the best can be. That doesn't mean you have to always eat the best. It's just that have an idea of what it tastes like. So there's a comparison there, and you can appreciate it during the times you do get a chance to eat it. You know what they say, like about, you know, you don't need to smear ketchup is a very good condiment in order to hide the flavor of beef, or to maybe make it taste good. It's been, you know, you overcook the beef so that, you know, because again, this may be low quality meat, so you cook it well done, and then add the ketchup to help with the flavor. But if it's quality meat, you don't want to cook that well done, you know, because you kind of just use normal meat for that. High quality meat, you don't need to cook as much, you know, seared on the outside, cooked through, but you know, just but it just has again a better flavor where you don't even need to add sauces to it, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and it doesn't mean like you're, you know, because you know you. Yeah, but same as also was mentioned. It's like don't equate just because something's expensive as being good, and vice versa though, and as well. And also the restaurant. And by the way, if you do travel to Japan, be willing to like ask advice. Don't say what's the best restaurant. Say, hey, what is a restaurant you like to go to? Because you know, you could go to a restaurant not only for the food but maybe the atmosphere. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it's like, hey, I like going to this place, have a meal. Cool. It doesn't need to be featured on a TV show. Yeah. But that's, you know, again, it just depends on the questions you ask. Like if you came to Yokosuka, you know, again, there's a few restaurants, like depending on what you want to eat. Are you looking for, you know, Chinese, Thai, kind of French or Italian based. Sushi. I mean, definitely I know the place if you want really good sushi to go to. But it's a sushi go round, oddly enough, which you usually associate with cheap sushi. But this is not so cheap. But definitely enjoy going there. You don't realize like the reason why it's good is because again the owner of the sushi go round is actually also partnered with the fishing company, so they get high quality fish as opposed to needing to order it. And it's not a chain, so that or it doesn't. I don't think it's a chain, so there's that too. It's just really good. What else? I'm just thinking around places around Yokosuka, but yeah, and there's one restaurant in Yokohama that I would go to, but it has an amazing royal pork, just amazing. It just melts in your mouth. It just that's if we're in Yokohama and we have a chance, we'll go to that restaurant for that particular dish. That's all. But there are restaurants in Chukumachi, Chinatown. There you just kind of like go to, but there are places you're like, hey, you had a good experience there, so yeah, if I'm going there, you're gonna go to a place that you kind of established that, hey, you had all the choices, they're all roughly the same, but this one did well, so we'll go to it again. And whatnot. So it could be, I'm talking too much on that. So anyway, this has been fun. This is I'll keep this short because I got to do another video after this. Yeah, like I said, these videos have been pretty short. Let's see, this one took about 35 minutes to get through. So it started about 5-minute mark and about the 40-minute mark. Yeah, so it's keeping track. So these are going to be very short episodes. I get the feeling also the in-between episodes are going to be, the shows I do in between are going to be very similar. Just because I think it's going to be slower paced. Not the rapid fire comedy of GTO, which again, those are videos took me a long time to get through. Longer time to get through, put it that way. Yeah, like even though it was like I was cutting off at the 22-minute mark, it was like I was like at an hour's worth of recording, just get through 22 minutes worth of video. So yeah, that'll be fun too. And again, these are just fun. I'll try it. Hopefully, I'm not like crying by the end of some of these episodes. Like I was kind of tearing up with this one because I can relate to the story like that. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I can relate to that story. And I think that was very sweet on how it worked out. Once you realize like why he kept coming back, you kind of tear up like, oh, okay, that is. It wasn't like a fascination with the food or the song it was just that again he remembered him and wanted to tell him about his sister who still thought about him after all these years. I thought that was very sweet. Okay, cool. Thank you all very much. This has been Nuke Marine. Let's read Japanese. Shingen Shokudo Season 1, Episode 5. If you liked the video, remember give it a thumbs up, like, give a comment. Feedback's always welcome. This is if you like the series, subscribe to see more like it. If you like the Let's Learn Japanese project and want to support it, the links to Patreon down below, as well as links to the website. Otaku Dave put together the Let's Learn Japanese Community Discord. Also, there's links to where if you want to hire me on commission, the hourly rates are given via the Patreon. And again, commission is usually technical assistance or advice. Usually getting started off is what most people hired me for on that one. So it's not like a continuing thing, just like a one-time thing. All right, yeah, and I'll be back with episode 6 coming up. Now, for live, those of you watching live, I'll stop this video, start up a new one. Those of you watching this, in fact, glad I'm reminding myself. This will be showing up on July the 4th, at 8 a.m. in the morning. Cool. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys. Thanks for watching.